Yes, and the lead my particular and working right now is the play for like not for the most likely take Naruto the entire whole take for like Naruto to the 20 of feeling in next breaking like the water balloon like the Naruto. So like I'm putting don't bring up the Naruto so pretty much like when it's almost night and that I'm going different. Naruto to find it in that breaking like the water balloon. And the moment Naruto will be breaking the water balloon at that point there's something that the water that all flowing to say deploying out of that not the farm is like but now kind of going out going out of the control like now and that today that's the hardest part of that of like the training was like which now that of the book that level bring it's not like the training that the what they like I'm going for to take now so multiple days like I'm different maybe these two of like more than should take for like now to actually succeed in controlling the water body and preventing it from spilling off of like Naruto stuff. Then like the next few stuff on the going for like Naruto to be able to like turn and spin like that water body without like the help of and like the things of like the water cells. And we then like the next task for like Naruto then to start for like Naruto to be able to make it take like the spinning water body to be able to like make it take like the exact perfect shape is like to be along the lines of like multiple steps in which like now the going to bring it to be seriously struggling for like benefit now for training from the current point onwards. Is like my procedure right. So yes, so like currently my procedure function right now to have like and also might have to like maybe while training like the water within like the water within now also might also have to like maybe focus on trying to that make transform like the water into trying to make it facilitate the formulate spiky shapes as well while simultaneously kinesis maybe might be like the key to like the water balloon might be activate the weakness of the observation. It's like the name of the computer I'm looking right now for the Jiraiya to that right now that let's go back to that lead without last giving any that all to that now to that how to break the order of the bonus like it's not that I'm looking for. So like at that point I'm looking for like now going to be a tracer and like now so once again attempting to that break like the water pedal, but still even at that point I can that doesn't have to failing and at that point I'm sort of training back now so finally deciding to like take a break before continuing again. It's like the scenario that I'm looking so that way I'm looking that Naruto laying down next to that Jiraiya under like the tree that the scenario that I'm looking so then at that point I'm looking for that Naruto only intending on just laying there for like a while. But like Naruto, like Naruto depend by them to be exhausted that like Naruto, I think according to sleeves like within our that I'm looking for. But at that point I'm looking for like one of the so from like the tree falling onto like Naruto's head, falling onto like Naruto's face like Naruto that I'm looking for. And Naruto different for like most likely for like what might be that there might be the throat which might exist in that tree to like most likely have spiky out of surface like the scenarios that I'm looking at. So that once that it lands on like Naruto's face according to my direction at that point says like Naruto napping out and waking up with like the pain of like the spiky of like the contact with like spiky stuff that like this Naruto that I'm looking at. So like that should be how I'm looking for Naruto that then maybe coming down to a conclusion that we will give. So that to create that spiky out of surface for like the water body while spinning it within like the water balloon might be that the key to that breaking like the water balloon to be the lines of offering that such an event scenario is what I'm looking and so such an event scenario is what I'm looking that now to come down to like a conclusion and usually then those and then now maybe without much delay that succeeding in that breaking like the water balloon is like the scenario that I'm looking right when the right. It is like the lead but during investment right now is that like there might be lying to like Naruto and like the actuality of like the space might be that like maybe that it might have only taken 3 days alone for like the first of day to that perfect like the water table so might be that that's where the city is especially my considering so like there might be might show decided to like not let's say also just give a mental test as well like so protest like the extent of like Naruto's like mental toughness when put in a pressurized situation where like the possibility of Lagna has taken Naruto 3 whole years by creating a bond possibility for like Naruto. of like the community of that taking 3 whole years for like Naruto to even be able to that master like the watercolor to do that while taking the efforts pressure on Naruto, whether Naruto will crumble under that pressure or like will still overcome that pressure and it will exactly like with like father like the water the Naruto will still manage like something that that the mastering of like the watermelon within exactly 3 days. Exactly like how Naruto was at. So that when being at the player I'm looking right now the play called like exactly like how Naruto just as like I'm just playing like Naruto the from feeling in that actually something like that the watermelon so within exactly 3 days itself like putting Naruto and Naruto. So like I'm putting that as like each of like the three within like the 3 days each day months like I'm so something for like Naruto to be constantly haunted by like the sort of like wanting to like give up and basically the possibility of it taking 3 whole years for like Naruto. So that's a great thing like shows it. And the player will bring like Naruto constantly on by trying to like work with like the water being able to like Naruto constantly that way being haunted by like that absence of patient but on like Naruto will be able to like do it. And basically if like should like Naruto give up on like the water being training and ask for like some other snow if you are training you just need to for like Jiraiya to like train Naruto with that. Along with like the like Naruto's mind like literally wanting Naruto with all sorts of like systems and stretched out and the vision is like in the scenario along the each as like each step out is like then the kind of like scenario that is still understanding now so overcoming all that self doubt and all that self criticism and all that uh towards like the end of like the third day and I'm not like that towards like end I'm talking like positive was like in the night no like the third day it was like not finding succeeding in like mastering like the water being system and creating managing like create like that particular shape of like the water body of like Naruto spa or like the night of like the third day. Is that spinning is now it's that I'm doing and I'm preparing only at that point for like the right darkness that will reveal what might be that according to my three and some that the different case which I'm preparing that like maybe like it might have only taken 3 days for like the photography to like to master like the probability to might be like that the case and like it's the clear energy and I am revealing that to an extremely shocked and impressed Naruto after like Naruto towards like the end of the birthday after like Naruto would have mastered and the one of the is like things to that episode of the protection of the so that about the memory everything I'm still remember the everything that like that when the footage might be that like it might have only taken 3 whole days, for like the photo that is still at master like the water benefits to might be the use to the understand and that might have been maybe like the photo target alone that might have completed and mastered like the water benefits in 3 days might be that that basically it's also certainly my good theory and presentation. Then if I have to make the photo again, like absolutely no one might have been able to succeed in that not bring that the one bit of to in 3 days might give it is and then right now with the question after the work that Naruto being that the next person, the only next person after like the photo again doing that way according to my friend to complete like the water getting to in exactly 3 days like during the scenario that I'm looking for the making up with the theory. So like the flavor that we are mentioning right now is that like it might not be like the concept project that might have been better like the what they don't do so that so the maybe it might have been like now so like grandpa that might have invented like the what they don't do and for him that maybe it might have taken an entire whole year to walk into that market. That's the one they don't do. Might have been like calculated what might have happened like but that means not consider everything. But like once we found down the water balloon to see that the photo again might have been what might happen. At that point I'm not trying to it that not so grand but like as you explain top like I'm saying that the photo again might have mastered it in uh, just 3 days might have been what might have happened. Definitely my consideration in like pocket is a second different work like then I once again giving Naruto another water balloon. It's like it's not it's like section that water balloon from like the first step is like it's not it's that I'm doing again. Every at that and at that point I'm looking for like the right like they tell Naruto to like to breathe like the water balloon without like having like the water spill out of like Naruto's palm like the moment like the getting breaks and they speak habits simultaneously. Like the moment like the ribbon breaks to have like the water body in like lots of simultaneously take the spherical shape by manipulating and controlling both like the water as well as like the air surrounding like the water to be along the line come to different to for like the right to like tell Naruto and like I'm looking for that to be like the third step of like the right training. Is like the even to scenario that I'm going to which I'm not very happy with. Yes, you know, but even putting the animation right now, it's definitely for like Naruto to like repeatedly keeping on going on like repeatedly attempting to like break like Naruto film, but like always repeated attempts of like Naruto playing to like the point of like come to the brain. Naruto like Sakura getting the center of system center flow like getting upset to the point of like Naruto being forced to like stay have no interruption but to like take and take a break with like Naruto and so like at that point I'm looking to be went by sheer point of I'm looking at the point like something that was like I'm sort of things to be a small whirlwind happening like a snap that is up there. So like at that point I'm rolling right now so would be focusing to be noticing like the leaves and like set up and like mainly the leaves like how the leaves are like interpreting around in like the world's whirlwind to be an outline terms of different narratives to be noticing. And that way like I'm seeing like the leaves rotating in like the whirlwind like I'm so different to be how usually like not being able to like imagine like the rotation of like the moment and rotation right like that way like I'm going to putting usually now so succeeding in that clearing like so like a step. Okay, so that my particular ambition right now is that like Jana maybe might be having such and bring some sense to be able to like withstand even sustain environmental change before a bit before it happens might be like pertaining to technical material. So that the blame just might be so the technical material for like right now so that's a small word when it might be a project at like the sound location close to our like not so training might be like that to the it is but meaning brain detention. I am maybe my own sense that is need to have to like something to like such absolute strength to like strictly help now out but now the training lecture I am I almost like recent now to select by foot with the now might be like actually the city is definitely not training so lecture I might directly expecting for like Naruto to be able to that figure things out through that by witnessing like the nature of like the world with uh might be like the case of like the fictional that I'm going with my very interesting right now. Yes, so like we might be understand right now the lecture there might have said that in the like number training was like pointless Naruto pushing himself was like getting to like the point of it being pointless unless like Naruto takes the break actually it might be along the lines that the Jiraiya might have physically felt during like Naruto's training in like the second step might be of like the rubber ball might have been like the case that Ninan's friend very good. Definitely I'm just referring that that way like Naruto uh, made to shut down and like so like the kids that like the ice stick that and that point of bring like Jiraiya might have seen seems that the following Naruto might have been like the case that Jiraiya might have was like we seen how like Naruto in seeing that kid like Naruto with his like father might be like the case that he was having like a past with them to be along the lines like now is what Naruto felt might be definitely one thing that like that I might have still read might have been talking Naruto and might have seen all of that might be like the case that we were trained with the hand. Jiraiya might have definitely plan to like give Naruto that exact I think one like Naruto would be that I might have had that attitude confidence in like Naruto succeeding figuring it out himself and like succeeding in like the second step as well. And at that point for like Jiraiya to like give that exact I think to that Naruto as like the symbolic representation that like Naruto definitely have that about the figure and that's like Jiraiya. That Jiraiya sees Naruto as like this, to me along the lines of bringing in like symbolic and skill while something in the symbolic manner lecture I might have consciously ensure to like give that exact I think to like Naruto to give that feel to like Naruto might have been like that to what might have happened that make my very impression right now. So it's like that need my very ambition right now. That actor might be the certain extent of like similarity in like Jiraiya situation of compared to like Naruto situation might be like actually to the case that we must think so like exactly like how Naruto has lost his like father like and the friend and Jiraiya as well. might have elected path, might have elected path, might have lost his family, especially his like son. Might be elected definitely not definitely that but also might have been most likely either Orochimaru from like even more than Orochimaru right now getting more groups about the place like maybe it might be like the leader of like the as the king and those going to be an exceptionally positive media elected on the month might have like what about like thought about the law of lecture I might have been like the limit 300 times even though the person might be unaware of to like so that coverage as to that coverage about the culture most likely being like the leader of the academy but all the lecture I might be unaware might be even though the person might be like the technique might be very understood. Okay, so let's complete my secondary option right now. Then that might be maybe a map to enable Naruto to be able to like endlessly generate body of black water until Naruto's chakra, entire chakra runs out. Uh, but to be able to like generate endless body of water in like Naruto's mind form might be like the actuality of like the intention, like the function behind like the that I put on like Naruto's right palm might feel like the game that we have already constructing right now. It is one that we are very interesting right now is that Jiraiya always entertaining himself might be naturally Jiraiya the right attempts that always be the framing it distracting himself from what might be like the reality of that Jiraiya life which might be that like considering remember everything that like Jiraiya might have lost his like with his family in like the long distance of might be exactly the case that he has a very interesting